I'd like to become more educated on the entire American immigration process. How long does this process normally take? Would you say it's easy or difficult? What are the primary misconceptions involving this process?
The American immigration process is complex, time-consuming, and often challenging for most applicants. Let's break down the key aspects of the process, its typical duration, difficulty level, and common misconceptions. Duration of the immigration process. The time it takes to immigrate to the United States varies significantly depending on the type of visa or green card being sought. For family-based immigration, the process can take anywhere from several months to decades. Spouses, dependent children, and parents of U.S. citizens typically wait 11.8 months on average. Employment-based green cards can take several years, with some categories facing backlogs of a decade or more, especially for applicants from countries like India and China. Naturalization, becoming a U.S. citizen, takes an average of 15.5 months after filing the application, assuming the applicant has already been a permanent resident for the required period, usually 5 years. Difficulty level. The U.S. immigration process is generally considered difficult for several reasons. 1. Restrictive quotas. The demand for immigration far exceeds the available visas. In 2018, nearly 32 million people sought green cards, but only about 1 million were successful. 2. Complex requirements. Each visa category has specific eligibility criteria, documentation requirements, and procedural steps that can be challenging to navigate without professional assistance. 3. Long wait times. Due to annual caps and country-specific limits, many applicants face extensive waiting periods, sometimes spanning decades. 4. Financial burden. The process involves various fees for applications, medical examinations, and potentially legal representation. 5. Language and cultural barriers. Many immigrants face challenges related to limited English proficiency and adapting to a new culture. Primary misconceptions. Several myths and misconceptions surround the U.S. immigration process. 1. It's easy to enter the country legally. In reality, there are very limited pathways for legal immigration, especially for those without family ties or high-level skills. 2. Immigrants don't pay taxes. Most immigrants, including many undocumented ones, pay various taxes including income, property, and sales taxes. 3. Immigrants are a drain on public resources. Studies show that immigrants often contribute more in taxes than they receive in benefits, and many are restricted from accessing federal benefits for years after arrival. 4. Immigrants increase crime rates. Research consistently shows that immigration is not linked to higher crime rates, and immigrants are often less likely to commit crimes than native-born citizens. 5. There's an easy line to wait in. For many potential immigrants, there is no line or legal pathway available at all. 6. Marriage to a U.S. citizen guarantees immediate citizenship. While it can expedite the process, it still takes several years and involves multiple steps. 7. Refugees and asylum seekers have an easy path. The refugee and asylum processes are rigorous, involving extensive vetting and often long wait times. In conclusion, the American immigration process is generally difficult, time-consuming, and fraught with challenges for most applicants. It requires careful planning, patience, and often professional assistance to navigate successfully. Understanding these realities can help dispel common myths and foster a more informed discussion about immigration policy.